What's going on, world? How y'all doing? Hi, y'all. What's up? Thank you for joining my live stream. Yeah. So yeah, I mainly read like paranormal stories, like scary stories at night. It's midnight right now, 12:04 a.m. Here where I'm at. Let me know in the chat where y'all are at. I'm in Texas. So yeah, turn down the lights, put on your headphones, and get cozy, settle in. So yeah, I have a few scary stories, like paranormal stories. These are all real encounters that people have experienced. And if you have any, let me know in the chat or in the comments. But yeah, here's my first story. My first home was built in 1915. And it didn't take long after moving in to feel like I wasn't the only one living there. It started subtly, just flickers of movement caught in the mirror of the built-in china cabinet, always out of the corner of my eye, never directly in view. Back then I smoked. One morning I walked out of the bedroom and found my ashtray on the floor, knocked clean off the end table. I knew I hadn't touched it. Little things like that kept happening over the years. Strange, unexplainable, but never truly frightening. It felt more like sharing space. Whatever was there, we coexisted without trouble. Then my boyfriend moved in. A few years later, we were married. I tell him about the odd things I experienced, and he just listened quietly, never offering much in return. His job had him traveling often, so I spent a lot of nights alone in the house. One evening, I was sitting at my computer, music playing softly while I passed the time with a game. Out of nowhere, I felt it. 3 distant taps on my right shoulder. Clear, deliberate. I screamed, jumped to my feet, and spun around. No one was there. It shook me badly. When I told my husband, something shifted. He finally admitted he'd been seeing things too. Shadows moving through my office, footsteps echoing through the house when he was alone. He just hadn't wanted to say anything before. The tapping happened once more after that, and then, on the day we were moving out, The house nearly empty. I was alone cleaning. That's when I heard it. The same footsteps he described, moving through the rooms behind me. By then, the feeling had changed. What once seemed harmless no longer did. There was an edge to it, something heavier, something didn't feel as willing to share the space. I love that house, but when we finally left, I was more relieved than anything else. Mixed House says hi. What's up, man? Louise says, bless you. Thank you. My bad. It's hard for me to see the light or the chat with this light in my way. Maybe I'll move it. Oh, there you go. Jacob Colbert Team says, you're a good man. I've been trying to catch your live, but I haven't seen you online. Oh yeah, my bad. I get on like every other day or every 2 days. Stay Juvie says Squidward's house. Definitely. So yeah, haunted houses, man. Have y'all lived in haunted houses? Or experienced anything like that? Like feeling something in the room or like I was telling a friend of mine, I stayed in Midland, Texas. I stayed in a hotel room and I definitely felt something there. Like I felt like, I didn't see anything, but the room just felt heavy. And I just felt like I was being watched. And it was kind of hard for me to sleep that night. And then a friend of mine who was in the next room also felt the same thing. So I think like something happened there. Will Givens says, yeah, you won 2000 gifted. Yes, please. It's 12 a.m. where I'm at. What time is it where y'all are at? Let me know. I got another story here. Let's see. I try to pick good ones. All right, this one. My wife and I used to argue about whether something was in our house. I always tried to explain things away. She never did. One night after we had gone to bed, I rolled over and saw her sitting upright. Assuming she was about to get up for something trivial. She didn't look at me. She just raised her hand and pointed toward the living room. Someone's walking around in there, she whispered. I turned to follow her gaze, and there he was. A man-shaped silhouette stood in front of the TV, perfectly framed at the end of the hallway, as if he had chosen that exact spot to be seen. He didn't move, he didn't shift, he just stood there, facing us, watching. The seconds stretched, 1 minute, maybe two, long enough for the silence to become heavy, for the air to feel wrong. Normally, a shadow disappears the moment you focus on it. A trick of the light, gone in a blink. But not this one. He stayed deliberate, patient, as if we were meant to see him. Then slowly, without stepping, without turning, he faded away. The room felt colder after that. And whatever had been there left behind the unmistakable sense that it hadn't been an accident. Yeah, I've never seen any ghosts. I have felt stuff and heard stuff, but I've never actually seen anything like that. Have y'all? Let me know in the chat. Yes, sir. There's another one here. This one's pretty good. I was about 11 when it happened. I woke up in the middle of the night with a strange, unshakable feeling that someone was standing at my bedroom door. Half asleep, I turned to look, and there, in the dim light, was a faint outline of a woman. I knew immediately it wasn't my mother. Every hair on my body stood on end. I didn't move, didn't breathe. I just stared for a second before panic took over. I yanked the blanket over my head and stayed there frozen until morning came. Later I learned the previous owner of the house had been a woman who died there. It's the only time I've ever experienced anything like that. Even now, thinking about it, still sends chills through me. Oh. I was thinking it was a different one I had read earlier. Yeah, I was told that in the house that I lived at, that there was like a heavy-set woman that would walk around. I mean, I never saw it, but other people claimed that they did. Other people I knew. So that kind of reminds me of that. Let me know if y'all got any paranormal stories you could share with me and I could read them out loud. Yeah, boy. Ow. So yeah, I mainly read like paranormal or scary stories, creepy stories. Thank you for joining. Let me know if you have any scary stories of your own, so I can read them out loud. I have a few of my own. Yeah, boy. There's this other story right here that I was reading earlier. I think it's pretty good. It's pretty short. I grew up in a house where strange things were almost normal, so it takes quite a bit to genuinely frighten me. I have seen things, heard things, nothing unusual in my experience. I can be startled, sure, but actually scared, that's rare. Except for this one time. About 11 years ago, I was living in an apartment complex. Aside from some unnerving large wolf spiders, the place felt completely ordinary. No signs of anything paranormal. That changed after the man who lived across the hall hosted a party one weekend. His brother was there, and sometime during the night, he died of alcohol poisoning. No one realized it at first. They thought he had just passed out. His body lay there for over 12 hours before anyone understood what had happened. Speed Bunny says, Yo, man, how's your day going? My day's going good, brah. How's your day going? How you doing? After that, I started noticing occasional odd noises. Nothing dramatic, just enough to make me pause. Then one night, I was laying in bed with my toddler, waiting for her to fall asleep. The bedroom light was on, casting a soft glow into the room. Suddenly, the light was cut off, like something had stepped in front of it. I snapped my head up and looked toward the doorway. There was a dark shape standing there, vague, but unmistakably human in form, just a black mass, motionless in the frame of the door. A cold, tingling sensation rushed through my entire body. I squeezed my eyes shut, frozen between panic and uncertainty. Was it an intruder or something else entirely? After a second, I forced my eyes open again. It was gone. Adrenaline took over. I jumped out of bed, grabbed my shotgun and a couple of shells, and moved through the apartment, checking every inch. The front door was still locked, both bolts secured, the chain still fastened. Every window was shut and locked. I looked under beds, inside closets, every possible hiding place, but nothing. I kept hearing unexplained noises after that night, but I never saw the figure again. A couple of months later, when my lease ended, I left, and I didn't look back. Yeah, I have heard of that, like people seeing, or hearing like walking, especially like houses that have like wood floors, hearing like walking, and they look and they see like some kind of a black mat, like something just dark standing there. So I have heard of that. Your mom pushed your, oh, okay. Dixon Myers. My mom pushed my she back, and now I look like ski boy. I'm stressed out right now. Like, you mean like your hairline, or what are you talking about? I mean, either way, well, it depends. I mean, if it's your hair, like, it's kind of tough. Kind of tough. So yeah, like before I forget, visit mentormysteps.org. It's a nonprofit organization like that helps out the youth, helps out young men become stronger men. Excuse me, and it helps like like with life mentorship. Like if you need any like just someone to talk to, because sometimes we all go through hard times, and you may need just to vent, I guess, and sometimes you just need someone to listen. You go to mentormysteps.org, and talk to one of the mentors there, and also help out with like development of like you could be taught boxing or whatever you're into, basketball, or if you're into the arts, music, or anything like that. You can go to mentormysteps.org and receive help, so you could accomplish these things and learn skills. Also, you could go on there and sign up to be a mentor or to be a volunteer on one of the events. Or you could go to mentormysteps.org and give a donation of any size, it didn't matter. And that really helps out for the program to continue and help out many young adults. Yeah, so I mainly read like paranormal, scary stories, and mystery stories, and also spiritual book stories. So this next one I have, attic smells. Okay. For 3 days, the staircase leading up to my attic carried a strange, unmistakable smell, like burnt hair. It made no sense. My house is old and full of drafts, but the odor never spread beyond that one spot. On the fourth night, I got home just before midnight. The moment I stepped inside, a heavy unease settled over me. It left as if someone was right behind me, close enough that I could almost feel their breath against my neck. The sensation was so intense that I opened my medicine cabinet just to angle the mirror outward, needing to see more of the room at once. Even in the shower, I felt the curtain wide open. I left the curtain wide open, unable to shake the feeling that I shouldn't let anything slip out of sight. Afterward, I managed to calm down a little until I passed my 4-year-old daughter's room. Her door was closed, but I could hear her talking slowly in her sleep. Then, suddenly, a loud crash broke the silence. I eased the door open. She was lying on top of the covers, fast asleep. But the stuffed animals she always insisted on keeping in bed with her were scattered all over the room, as if they'd been thrown. I watched on a dim light, checked her breathing, and scanned the room. Everything seemed normal. Eventually, I convinced myself it was nothing and went to bed. The next morning, I asked her if she had a bad dream. Yeah, she said. There was a man with no arms, and he had sauce all over his face. He kept laughing at me. I told him to go away, but he wouldn't. I hesitated. Sauce? She nodded. Red like spaghetti. Then she added, almost casually, an arm came out of the wall, threw me up on the ceiling, and I hit my bed. Then I went back to sleep. That one was all right. That was pretty short. Adelina says, hi, I like your hair. Thanks, appreciate that. Yeah, please hit the like and subscribe, and I'll be on telling more scary stories, real paranormal stories. You could you could email me or put in the comments or in the chat your paranormal story, and I'll read it out loud. Yeah. It's 12:33 a.m. where I'm at. What time is it where you're at? Where are you? I'm in Texas. Where y'all at? Let me know. Also, please visit us on, or visit mentormysteps.org, mentormysteps.org. It's a nonprofit organization aimed to help out the youth, help out young men become strong men. They help out with life mentorship, and they also help out with teaching sports or combat sports like boxing, and also the arts like music and other arts and crafts. So please visit mentormysteps.org to be able to get mentored, and you could also go on there and give a donation of any size. It's all appreciated and needed. You can become a mentor. You could sign up or become a volunteer as well to our events that we hold. So yeah, that's mentormysteps.org. I'll be on Wednesday, and I'll have some good, real paranormal stories then. But yeah, please hit the like and subscribe, and I'll be back on then. Y'all take care. Have a good night. See ya.